Hi, FJL World. The question that we asked in our kickoff week 2, the FJL WhatsApp challenge, was a clothing bank, also known as a Gemach, in Israel received donated clothing items from all over the world. People in need in the community could come to the clothing bank, find the articles of clothing they need, take them home. One time, David entered the store and picked out a warm coat for the upcoming cold season. He put his hand in the pocket of the coat and found bills, adding up to $10,000. It appeared that the bills had belonged to the original owner of the coat, who forgot them there. Intense searching and investigation to find the original owner of the coat came up empty. David now claimed that he should be the owner of the money, because he was now the owner of the coat, and found the money inside of it. Rebecca, the manager of the clothing bank, argued that the coat was first under her ownership, therefore she already became the owner of what was inside of the coat. Who is right? Who becomes the owner of the money inside the coat? And we had a number of people who wrote in, but there was no winner for last week. For the question that's going to come tomorrow, please make sure that you send in your answers, private message, and also with a detailed explanation of your argument. So here's the answer to the question. There's a legal principle in Jewish texts rooted in the laws of theft, which goes as follows. A person's property has the ability to acquire an item on behalf of the owner of the property, which could mean the following. Let's say David, in our case, owns a piece of property, and Rebecca's animal walks into David's yard. David goes ahead, intentionally closes the gate, wants to keep the animal, he wants to steal the animal. He hasn't touched the animal, he hasn't pulled the animal, he hasn't done anything physical to become the owner of the animal. He has stolen the animal the minute he closes that door. The principle that's applied by case of theft is applied by all cases of ownership. So the way that this works is that a person's property is considered an extension of your hand, of a person's hand, a domain that is connected to you and absorbs and acquires items. But all this is only true in a protected, fenced-in property. For example, if one's property is not enclosed or secure, its space, its location does not acquire items on your behalf, because it does not represent an extension or replica of your hand. The physical presence of the item in your premises does not symbolize the attachment to the owner of the property. The same would be true, here we get to the crux of our question, of an item that is in your property that you are unaware of and will not discover. We look at this item as if it has no association with the owner of it, with the owner of the property, and it's essentially could be a million miles away, could be right in front of you. It doesn't really matter. Therefore, that person cannot become the owner of the item. So in this case, the main argument is that David, who picked up the coat, gets to keep the money, even though the coat was sitting in the property that was owned by Rebecca. Rebecca never would have found this money, and because she never would have found it, her property does not acquire the money that's inside of the coat. Stay tuned for the next question coming tomorrow.